Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in Musashi. That's right folks, I got another good replay for you guys. This one's going to be a little bit of fun. Hopefully you guys are ready. If you are, make sure you punch that like button. Now, I do apologize that I've had to put off the stream for a couple of days. I am planning to stream this afternoon though, so keep that in mind. I hopefully will be able to. Can't make a promise, but I'm going to try. It's just been, I've been incredibly busy lately, and some things have come up as well. So, you know, I do apologize. I try to make sure I get a stream in every week for World of Warships Legends, but sometimes it just does not work out that way. So if I end up missing it, please don't hold it against me. Please just keep being amazing. I love you guys. You know that. But we're going to go inside. You guys saw us do this from the other side in the Yami. This is very, very similar. I like to get up close and personal in my freaking Japanese battleships. Actually, pretty much every battleship, let's be real. But a lot of people like to sit back and snipe with their Yami or their Musashi. I like to use these things where I can get all the firepower to smash people up close and personal. Now, obviously, that comes with a downside. Got to be careful. You could get rushed by destroyers. You could get caught broadside. You got to be very, very aware of what's going on. Now, here we have a cruiser who's about to ram our ship, which is not ideal, but is what it is, unfortunately. You know, got the entire ocean to sail around in, and they got to find one way to find my ship to run into. You got to love it. But now, we're going to push up into this gap, try to get a crossfire early into the match. You can see there's already somebody in the Charlie cap. Our destroyer's taking a little too long to get moving. But we do have a Brandenburg here. We got a good look at him, but of course, just as we're about to take that shot, he disappears. But that's okay, because the enemy Musashi gets spotted, and oh my god, I am salivating. Look at this shot. Come on, baby. Get the rear guns. I don't want to fire just yet. Wait for it. Fire the guns. Shot out. Oh my god, it's HE. Why do we have HE loaded? Ah! I'll tell you why we have HE loaded. It's one of those things where you go into a match trying to, you know, get a good broadside on a Musashi, and the last previous match that you played, you were up against the destroyer and you were trying to one-shot him. So unfortunately, does not work out in our favor. Though we did hit him for 12,000 damage, so it's not like it was a complete waste. Like, that's a solid hit. That's darn near like a Citadel hit, though if we had our AP loaded, probably would have been a Citadel hit. But main is broadside out there. We take a shot, we ricochet one shell off of him. Again, showcasing the one downside of this ship, which is it's not even as accurate as the Yami. It's close, but it's not as accurate as Yami, and that means that this thing trolls hard occasionally. Apparently about as hard as the enemy's Musashi just trolled him, where he just landed all around our ship and didn't manage to touch us. You gotta love it. Now there's a destroyer on our left. There's obviously somebody in the cap over there. We gotta be careful. So I'm in a bit of a pickle here. I've got a main out in front of me. I've got a battleship behind an island, a destroyer, two destroyers on my left. So that's gonna roll out that as a potential, you know, avenue for me. I don't want to go put my battleship in a position where I'm up against two ships that I can't see. So I'm going to start moving forward, trying to get these crossfires. You guys know the deal. Trying to get into a position where I can help my team as best as possible and keep the pressure on. If we don't put pressure on these guys, they're going to get away with everything. So we've got a good position here. We're moving up into the center cap. That's going to allow us to capture a base potentially as well here. So we take a shot at the main. He's on his way into a turn, which is very dangerous for him. And we once again just get one shell that hits the target. And oh my god! Hello, Hipper! That's not ideal, if we're honest. We do not want this right now in our life. This is a tanky cruiser with a bunch of torpedoes attached to him. I know I'm not going to dev strike him, even if I shoot a good shot. I'm not going to dev strike him. We get a terrible RNG, but he actually derps his torpedoes way too early. We were slowed down. We knew that we had to get in reverse. We don't have propulsion mod, remember that, so this is why it's taken so long. But fortunately, this guy has put himself in a position where he can't launch torpedoes again just yet. Now, the downside is these things, like German torpedoes, reload relatively quickly. Now here, he gets a good hit. We actually Citadel him up close, which is rare on a Hipper. But we get turned out just enough, once again, dodging his torpedoes, and showing that we're not complete idiots. We know that he gets torpedoes. We know he gets fast reloading torpedoes, so we can't just sit there and take it. Now here, he's going to get another set of torpedoes off if we're not careful, but fortunately we managed to punch him right in the mouth with the rear turret of Justice and Truth coming through in the clutch, killing him before he gets his torpedoes off, which could have been devastating. Now, it wouldn't have killed us. We've got all of our hit points. We've got 55% torpedo damage reduction, so it wouldn't have killed us, but it would have definitely hurt us. Now we've got a broadside Roma. I go to shoot him. He starts actually turning away from us, which is not ideal. I don't know if he's paying attention to the map and he just saw me coming, but he turns away from me and unfortunately goes broadside to another Musashi who's even closer and just gets removed. The black is out here. He's almost dead. He's on fire. He's got no hit points. We're going to go ahead, take the shot, make sure, because if a destroyer's spotted, we shoot him. That's how that works. But we don't manage to kill him, though we did hit him. The enemy Musashi is right here. We've got to be extremely careful. We don't want to get ourselves in a position where we get caught by this guy or the Musashi that went the other way. Remember, there's another Musashi behind us. So we've got a lot of danger out here. And oh my God, this guy's clueless. He has no idea I even exist until I pull out and yeah, this guy is just caught full broadside at close range. Now, unfortunately, he does start to get moving forward, so we hit towards the back of the ship, and that's just really, really unfortunate. I was looking for a big hit right there, I'm not going to lie. Black gets spotted, or no, Summers gets spotted. Black is already dead. Summers gets spotted. He's got no health. He gets finished pretty quickly. There he goes. Odin finishes him off. Musashi turns to run away from me, which means he's broadside to the guys that are closer. Again, like, I don't know why people will literally bow or stern tank me and then go broadside to a guy that's right in front of their face. Attention, support that target. You gotta limit somebody. Why not take your chances with the guy who's further away? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just me. But Odin is right there. Maybe he just disrespected the Odin, said, Odin, I don't believe your 305s can pin my belt, which is a lie, because pretty much everything can pin a Yami's belt up close and personal. So, yeah, not a good idea. But he gets away with it. You know, to his credit, he does get away with it. He is on fire, it looks like. I don't know if he took any torpedoes, but he is definitely on fire. And he's DC'd that. We're going to try to take another shot at him here. We don't have a very good look, so we're just hoping that we get a decent roll of RNG so that we can pin his backside at this point. Now, we're getting into a position here where there are people behind us. You can see on the map, there's a destroyer in the cap directly behind us. So we can't allow that to happen. We've got to continue moving around the map. Don't want to put ourselves in a position where this destroyer is going to be able to punch us. The Musashi's pretty much dead at this point. There's not a whole lot he's going to be able to do. We're going to go ahead and take another shot just in case, but I'm fairly confident he dies before these shells get there. We're going to wrap around the backside of the island. Odin does get the kill with the fire. We're going to wrap around the backside of the island and see if we can't get a look at this main that was out here that was on the flank and potentially get away from that destroyer as best we can. Now, he could be just waiting on this side of this island from me and be ready to annihilate me, but I don't think that he is. I think he's actually pushing through that cap. Now, the enemy has 2 caps to 1, so they're actually in the lead in terms, or they can actually pull the lead back from points right now. If they can kill a couple of us, like, that puts them in a good position. So we can't allow that. And we come around the corner, and this main is full broadside, and we finally get a salvo of RNG on our side. And unfortunately for that main, he loses all of his health. But in true Spartan fashion, we gotta leave him with just enough for the moment. He's not gonna get away, let's be honest. As soon as I reload, I need 1 shell to hit his ship and he dies. Like, look at that. It's just so unbelievably unlucky for me every time that I leave everybody with nothing. I don't know why. But we take a shot. He does get 1 more shot away. I don't know what the heck he's shooting at, but to each of their own. The destroyer spotted going out the other side towards Alpha. Probably knew that he needed to try to get all 3 of the bases. Thought he could slip in behind everybody. Unfortunately for him, he cannot. So he's being countered, though he is in a fight with our destroyer. Brandenburg is out here full broadside as well. He didn't learn the lesson from the main, and we're going to reach out and punch him right in the mouth. Oh, but we only get 3 hits. That's unfortunate. RNG's just not been on our side in this fight. Unfortunate. Had so many good opportunities, and we get triple fired in 1 salvo of secondaries? This man is running Justinian Lions 100% guaranteed. This man is running Justinian Lions with the freaking, the heals that give extra fire chance. 100%. But we aim high there, knowing that he has an icebreaker bow. We punch the deck, get a good salvo of 10,000 damage. We know he has torpedoes, so we've got to be careful about that. We also know that the destroyer's far enough away we ain't got to worry about him. So this is just a fight between me and this Brandenburg at this point, and it's going to come down to experience and firepower. And I'm going to aim for deck line again, trying to get those penetrations. We get a terrible RNG hit. 2 of them hit the belt. 1 of them actually manages to do a little bit of damage, but it's definitely not preferable. Now, the closer we get, the less likely we are to miss like that. So I'm hoping that the next shot is devastating. And we need to do at least 15,000 damage in this shot. You can see he is aiming right down the center line. We shoot straight through the bow, upper plating, and we managed to go kill him with over 15,000 damage. He did get the permafire, but that permafire is about to burn out. So he's done. We get to sit here, and we're going to go ahead and grab this base for a little bit of extra XP. Now, this is not a bad game. 128,000 damage isn't the highest damage game, but when you consider our RNG that we had in this one, we had some really bad RNG for how accurate our guns were. So we're going to try to get into this cap now, get a little bit of bonus XP, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Was this a solid replay or what? I like being aggressive. Like, you guys know that. That's my gameplay. That's my style. I like to be aggressive. Doesn't always end well for me, as you guys have seen on streams. Doesn't always end well. But when it does, man, it can be so much fun. And if we'd had a little bit of RNG on our side in this one, we could have had some juicy stuff. We had the beautiful look at the broadside Musashi at the beginning of the game. We had HE loaded because reasons. And so, unfortunate there. Could have had more damage. Then, of course, we had that look at the broadside Musashi, who actually got moving forward just in time to avoid getting smacked. So we had potential to have a better game. We just kind of missed out on a couple of opportunities, and that's what the game comes down to a lot of times. Just RNG is one thing, but missed opportunities is another. Making the most out of every opportunity that you get. If RNG robs you, there's nothing you can do about that. It's going to happen. But if you put yourself in a good position to get those crossfires and you're getting those looks, the more you do it, the more likely you are in those situations to have those big games. And that's what we love the game about. So, anyway, hopefully you guys have had a great week. Let me know what you guys think. What are there any ships that you guys would like to see me do? I know a lot of people ask for ships here and there, and I try to get those ships in, but I'm putting out a formal request. Would you guys like to see ships? If you guys got a specific ship that you would like to see, leave it down in the comments below, and we will try to visit some of those ships. And by visit, I mean actually play them. So we will try to revisit some of those ships, try to get some videos out there, you know, just some good old-fashioned gameplay. Remember, I'm a battleship main. That's my main thing that I play. I can play cruisers. I can play destroyers. I'm not as good in either of those. But I can play pretty much everything. I own almost all the ships in the game. There's a couple of the newer lines that I haven't actually started going down yet, so keep that in mind. I might not be able to do all of the ships that you guys request, but I've done a pretty good job. I've got Meet the videos. I've got Path 2 videos on pretty much all of them, and I'm planning on restarting the history. If you guys remember the history of, we did one video with USS Albany. I'm going to kind of revisit that. I was originally going to do that as a history, like, go through the lines, but I think I'm actually going to do those more as the more popular choices. Just go through, find some of the more popular ships, do the history of those ships. But top of the leaderboard, over 2,600 base XP, not too shabby. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.